They put their hopes on a last pick sniper. No one came up in a day and age, Avery, where 1v1 was a pure skill matchup. You didn't try and get these dirty Viper or Huskars. No one never really played Huskar. But his version of a dirty hero pick, it's Sniper.
Actually, I think no one did play a lot of Viper back in the day, too.
Well, he might have played Viper. He didn't play Huskar. I know he's not a Huskar player.
Yeah, I'd never seen him really play that hero too much.
Yeah.
Sniper is his kind of cheese pick. It's his lane dominator. We have seen him own basically every matchup in Dota with it over the course of the years. You can always win a lane with Sniper, I think, versus anything in Dota if you really execute the first few waves well. Is it a good Sniper game? I think that's the drawback here. You have two jump cores in the PA Ember, and you have a gating hero in the Underlord.
Yes.
I'm worried for him in the fights, even if he owns the lane. This is one of those games where maybe he's 1,000 or 2,000 up on the lane, but can he do anything with it to help snowball the map or accelerate the game? You really have to skirmish around the Shrapnels plus the Nightstalker. Use these nighttime intervals.
Yeah.
You have some extra vision to play with on these cores. Really abuse the vision advantage to chip these heroes low, so then maybe even if they jump you, okay, you have Frostbite, you have Snowball Save, you have Punch, you have things that can bail you out. If they're a bit below the half HP point, then you can win that man fight.
Okay. Maybe I'm making too much of this, but it is physical damage jump heroes.
By the way, 3 runes, and the 4th one was denied, Austin. So,
oh, damn.
Very slow start for Spirit. They get nothing.
I saw no one deny that bounty rate. I did not realize they got the other 3. Okay.
You get
that
nothing.
Is a fantastic start.
Good day, sir.
Physical damage jump heroes. I feel like Sniper is not the same hero he was of old. You know, oh, squishy backliners, just jump him. He gets very tanky nowadays, and take aim gives you armor. I feel like that's an unnoticed, underrated skill, right? You have take aim that gives you armor. You have the pushback of the grenade.
Yeah, if you end up in that territory of Hurricane Pike push and grenade push and like 2k HP, you are very hard to burst. But you're still going to be happy jumping this hero. You're forcing him to disengage rather than deal damage. The aspect of Sniper I've been unimpressed by so far this tournament has been the damage aspect. To me, this hero just doesn't do enough DPS to justify his lack of initiation capability out of the mid or the true scalability. Like, how many times have we seen Sniper in these high ground hold situations, but you actually win those more often than not? I feel like you don't. I feel like at some point it becomes insurmountable. So I'm very mixed on the hero. I think he can be a strong mid-game fighter, but I'm still hit or miss on his scale, and I think this old high ground defense strategy is outdated, man. Just outdated.
Sure. And maybe we've traded some of his damage for survivability, and I guess in some regards, maybe the hero loses a bit of its identity from that. But
Tank Cardell.
He continues to be a very strong laner. 13 and 7, doing very well for himself. Bottom lane, Snowball on in. Gets on top of Maposhka, gets a lot of tag team damage, enough to get the kill. Indeed, DM gets the first blood.
I think it's really important if you take this Night Rain that you do something in the first night. It can just be you're absolutely free farming the lane, but I think if you can put pressure on 1 or 2 heroes, it's pretty nice because you're really strong in this interval. You have an insane amount of HP regen on Nightstalker. Any sort of small trade favors you during this first 5 minutes. And I feel like I see too many teams do this, and then the first 5 minutes is a 0-0 lane. You don't even hit the enemy carry once. Like, what are we doing, man? You look at this Nightstalker's base regen. It's 7.3 right now. Flag Bearer comes in the lane. He goes up to 11.
Oh, nice dead shot. Gets Satanic. Bit of damage there and hits Dukalis. Rue's going to make a run for it. He has the Lotus and he has a Fairy Fire. He kills himself by using the Blood Grenade to help Collapse get the kill. Now Collapse is going to fight underneath the Firestorm. Satanic thinks he can win this fight. It's a close call, but Collapse ends up pushing through. And he does end up dying to his own illusion. But he got the experience for the kill. I'm sure he's a happy camper.
Man, he's just so tanky there. The single point in Attribute, it's enough to win that trade. Do get some decent value here with the percentage reduction against Terrorblade. Not too sad about it. Very good matchup for this Underlord. We're already seeing the effects of it. And Spirit needed something to go their way in this laning phase because that mid matchup is starting to open up drastically. So you do not want to be losing 2 side lanes on top of a mid that you knew was going to lose. You find yourself very far on the back foot versus a Parivision team that is very quick to take over the map.
Yeah. You know the Tusk is away, so they try and put pressure on the Nightstalker. Doesn't work too well, though.
Be curious to see how this game goes for DM, because I don't really view Nightstalker as the archetype of hero Parivision usually play with in that offlane.
Yeah.
As no one's going to beat it a lot. Like, Nightstalker's not a lane shover. He's not a summons hero. He's not really a great objective controller. Sometimes the timings align, sometimes they don't. But he's better. He's just a fighter. He's a killer. He's a fighter. He's a backline disruptor. This is very far from what Parivision usually put on DM. And it changes a lot about how they're going to play the game. So wouldn't be surprised if some of the things are just off for them because of that.
I also feel like teams that usually fare well against Parivision, it usually helps if they have some sort of global capabilities or vision mechanics. I think those two things go really well against Parivision, and they do have Collapse, which is a bit of global capabilities. Not the absolute best, but it's something to work with.
No, I think Underlord is good against Parivision in a vacuum. He's a great pressure absorber. He can sit on lanes that get shoved in by illusions or ion shells or Enigma or whatever. Very hard hero to dive, very hard hero to go on initially. And then if you play elsewhere on the map, he can still join that fight.
Yeah.
So you're not losing map control by having this hero sit in the dead portion of the map dealing with illusions. In fact, you can make a play while that's happening and feel good about it, similar to Dawnbreaker or Furion or something. And that's why I think Underlord does have a place somewhere in this meta, because the way these objective fights work, if you can get a little greedy while teams are moving for Tormentor, moving for Roshan, I think it feels really nice right now.
No one just flaunting his advantage over Larl right now. He is level 6 before Larl is level 5. This is just disgusting. Maposhka,
Oh yeah,
gonna be caught in the river here, and the sniper is on his way.
out of shrapnels.
The assassination will
not
have to
enough?
do
Oh, it
it,
is. Wow.
and it is barely enough.
That was like within 10 damage.
Yeah, that was very close.
Oh, no one will take that happily.
Yeah, certainly. Deadshot back in after a good pit, but okay, Rue's just gonna die to the damage going out, and Collapse can't get the kill by himself, especially not against 3 heroes. If the tag team slowed him down, he might be in a bit of trouble here. As low as Satanic is, he is just all damaged in this situation and gets the double kill.
And Aposha can't be here because he got killed in the river, so he's late to the party.
Right.
No capability to turn that around. Very smart moves from Parivision. They're skirmishing on mid in the river. They're skirmishing on top right as it hits daytime, which means they don't have to go to that weak lane with the Nightstalker and try and do something there that's disadvantageous.
Right.
This is a really good timing for them to create pressure on the other lanes. Up 2k as a result. This mid is still an unenterable lane, basically, for Spirit. Don't have 6 on the Ember. You don't have a gate from the Underlord. Maybe Radon makes one of his classic mid rotations with this PA and tries to kill the sniper at some point. But outside of that, you're not touching no one. This is the lane domination he wanted, and he's gotten it here.
Yeah, especially if he's got a shield rune. So, couple of things to look out for. So we did have some abnormal facets. So we went to Cleave on the Underlords, which I think was kind of interesting, but it's not hugely impactful. We also have the Glacial Guard on the Crystal Maiden. So we are going to get those like random barriers that show up. Ice Path. Might need that barrier as the dead shot back into the calling.
Yeah,
Here comes
Radon.
the Underlord and Radon. They both rotated into the mid lane to ensure 100% they will get this kill. Now Radon needs it out. 2 more seconds till he can jump away. He is just going to die. Snowball onto the Underlord is up next, and these supports are very low. Good ice path. Dead shot almost finishes off 9 class. DM's going to push forward. He saw a lot of low health heroes, but I don't think he can get anything off of that.
Parivision were very ready for that move. They had Ducalis waiting in the trees. Simple Nova Frostbite slows that play down a lot. And a haste for DM. Can't commit here, but the fact he had level 6 for that play was also massive. They were very ready for that. And I mean, there's that Radon rotation that I thought Spirit were going to go for. They happened to get 6 on the Underlord at the exact same time, but they lose both those cores for that. The preparation from Parivision pays off, and that move is not what Spirit wanted out of it, though. I don't think it was as bad as it looked on paper, because you still got something for the Ember.
An early Sunder just to put a bit more damage onto Collapse so they can finish him off guaranteed with the help of the tag team. And this is really bad. They get a kill, they force a TP, which gets canceled, and all of this is in this window where they can't use the Nightstalker.
Exactly.
They put Team Spirit on the back foot, and this will kind of cover until we have of Nighttime again.
And if you're Spirit, where do you go to create pressure now? I think your only move is to defend Laurel mid. Like, wait for Parivision to try and do something to December with the sniper advantage. Wait for no one to overextend, go up this ramp, and just be ready for him with people there. But they're currently sitting bottom, looking for the Nightstalker during the daytime. Not a lot of plays available for Spirit right now. There is a gank attempt on Laurel. He dodges it. But he's feeling the pressure right now.
Most certainly is. Phase boots in a bottle. Not much to work with.
Gate is once again available, though. So that is another thing you have to consider if you go for these dives as Parivision. If you get over-aggressive, Spirit can absolutely punish you.
Nice D-ward.
Dire are scanning.
The lane mid just keeps getting shoved in. No one doesn't want to give Laurel freedom on the map. 10-minute power rune, he shoves the wave in. No contest from the Ember. Another easy secure. Spirit don't want to skirmish in this river with their supports right now because they're out-leveled.
And now that it's Nighttime again, they're going to hook up with the Nightstalker, put pressure on that safe lane. Either they dive Radon and get a kill, or Radon has to exit the lane entirely, and they can start chipping away at that tower with DM.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radon does read the situation. Nighttime, he backs away, starts back farming creeps. And a good siege wagon push could 100-0 this tower.
Normally, I think this is a tower you would want to defend with this Underlord gate. If you don't defend it, you're also not getting a trade anywhere.
And you're also likely giving up Tormentor, or at least you're not in a good position to control Tormentor.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this concession from Spirit. I'm not sure how easy it would have been to defend this, but I think there's a world you smoke the supports plus the Ember bottom and just lead with a slight chains into the gate. Can even bring PA to that fight. I don't think it's a bad fight. I think it's a tough fight for the Terrorblade to get to. Very tough fight for the Sniper to come in at least immediately. Instead, you're just giving up this tier 1 for free. And
they're not really getting anything in return. They're putting zero pressure on Satanic. You can see Parivision, they're like, okay, they're not defending this tower. Supports go through the gate to help out Satanic in his safe lane, but Team Spirit are just three-man clearing triangle right now.
Yeah, this is not efficient. This is...
Well, I tried.
It does get collapse pretty close to his Heaven's Halberd, which will be a nice upgrade, no doubt.
Yeah, but he doesn't need the supports watching him to do that.
That's true. That's why this man has his cleave facet, I guess. When it stacks. Well, Poshka gonna be spotted trying to go for the 12-minute power rune. Laurel cannot save him. If anything, Laurel, yeah, he's gonna have to jump out of here and forfeit this mid position entirely. The mid tower is gonna be taken next with the darkness used. Rotation up to top from Satanic to get behind Collapse. 9 Class was hunting. But this meta, maybe he can get him on the pass here. No. Pit's too good.
Parivision executed this early game really well. They hit a lot of the points they should have. They got a lot of these power runes. Used the Nightstalker timings really well. They're absolutely set up for success here. Spirit are missing map control. They need ancient access for the PA Battle Fury and ideally this Underlord.
Well, I tried.
They need more levels on the supports. Still no macro pyre available.
Feels like Team Spirit as a whole have just kind of called that they're just going to concede a lot of area and try not to feed too much.
I mean, this is a style we've seen this team play in the past. I think they're the team that's the least afraid to fall behind. Maybe the best comeback team of all time. Probably a lot of OG fans that disagree with that statement, but
yeah,
where are the OG fans now, you know? Not watching this story. It's between those two teams, I think. That is a trait Spirit can fall back on, but it's tough. It's tough in the modern age of Dota when there's so many snowball mechanics.
Yeah, Tormentor feels particularly snowbally in this new patch.
Mega gold influx.
Haven't gotten a kill in a while, and Spirit will continue to be killless for this little window.
I mean, they don't have any kill threat without supports behind Ember and maybe PA joining.
Radiant
You definitely need macro. Right now, your combo is slight chains into Deadshot.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Pick up on Maposhka here. Parivision. Oh, I was getting a little bit antsy. I was like, okay, taking the towers is really nice, but definitely want to keep up the pressure in this window of time. Wisdom Shrine pushing forward. Did they already take it? They must have.
Yeah, they're late.
Oh, they got it on both sides. Rue got it. Rue stole theirs, I guess. Or did Collapse ult for it? I missed it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I think Collapse ulted for it.
Yeah, he did.
Dire's
He did.
bottom tower is
All right,
under
good call
attack.
by Collapse. He just read the fact that Parivision's playing so far forward that they're not going to be there for their own Wisdom
Yeah,
Shrine.
they're losing so badly. Go to the other side of the map for you.
Going for Tormentor. This is the time the Team
Radiant's
Spirits
top
have
tower is
decided
under attack.
they're going to start fighting back. Smoked up to the corner of the map. The team is already doing it on the side of Parivision. They're going to be just a tad bit low, but mostly full HP. Laurel gets in the middle of things, does get silenced, gets away from that silence, and with the massive AoE that comes out from the Macropyre and the Pit, Parivision back up a little bit. They're going to pause and wait for no one to join them. DM's just going to have a poke at them a little bit. Collapse being slowed down. Now Satanic and no one are here, and Team Spirit are just gonna leave.
Are they actually just going to abandon this?
They're abandoning Collapse 100%. They are out. They threw a oh, nice ice shards. That's a beauty from 9 class.
Good chains.
Yeah, maybe they could trade supports here to cause the lift. Oh, that's not the Force Staff you wanted. Whoopsies. Still
Nighttime
get
ran out.
Maposhka as well. And Nighttime, yeah, did run out. Maybe if
You might try and poke this.
Ember, yeah, if he keeps poking, maybe they don't feel comfortable finishing the Tormentor.
I mean, the thing is, Collapse is going to
No, they
respawn.
already
He has
did it.
gate available.
Yeah.
But he can't get anything on the return.
So they have to go through gate, go to the other side.
I'm surprised Spirit completely backed off like that, but I guess they are really respecting the strength of this Nightstalker right now. 2k HP with a halberd and a bunch of armor.
Yeah,
Don't have the damage to take him out.
you're not touching that for sure.
All right, so Shard to Ducalis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not a bad one here. Does have that max frostbite, so that's deadly for Laurel. You get caught in it. I mean, Spirit just want the PA, BKB, and something on Laurel. I don't even think they care what the item is now. Just get something on this Ember. Not the greatest Mage Slayer game.
No.
But what else are you going to go here to fight early?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just going Mage Slayer.
kind of have to.
Tower is
I
under
don't know.
attack.
What are you getting value-wise out of this, though? I mean, there's always some magic damage, but
Dire's
this is not
bottom
a
tower
scaling
is
Mage
under
Slayer game.
attack.
I'll put it that way. You're not against Leshrac or something. You're not against another Spirit hero. It's fine in these early fights, but it's not going to be an item that is super amazing 20 minutes from now. First Terrorblade, Nightstalker, Sniper, all just pew-pewing away. However, Radon is top net worth.
Yeah, he's getting there. And he is about to complete BKB. So that'll give him a lot of freedom to jump that sniper potentially.
But what's the
only
Nightstalker
save
answer?
they have is Snowball,
Where
which
I
is
tried.
countered by the Underlord. So
Yes. If you can get on top of the Sniper with Pit around there. Does have Hurricane Pike already done, though. That is a big thing to deal with.
yeah, it's a pseudo
And you
save.
still don't have a direct answer to the Nightstalker. That's the strength of the pick in this game. You have no BKB piercing stun.
Yeah.
You have very little direct stun in general. In fact, it's really only Ice Path Deadshot. Like, Pit is not going to affect this hero too much. The chains might affect him, but at some point he can go BKBs. He has Sange already.
That's why I was surprised he didn't go the Rod of Atos first. Like Vanguard, Rod of Atos, Gleipnir, then back to Heaven's Halberd or something.
I mean, Heaven.
Just because I thought they would want more control to deal with this Nightstalker.
I feel like Halberd's just so cheap to complete for the bonuses it gives you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's too tempting not to. It will be a good item over the course of this game. There's double ranged core. I also think you want Crimson at some point in this game.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Again, protecting the power runes. No one gets an arcane. Not necessarily game-changing for him, but keeps it out of the hands of the Ember Spirit.
Dire's
Shawl
top tower
tracks.
is under
Dark
Tumbler's toys are on the tier 2s, and those are very valuable for Team Spirit. Get as many of those as you can.
Radiant are scanning.
Little mini force staff. Roach going down,
Dire's
though.
top tower is under attack.
Poshka, can he sniff this one out? Maybe. Will he die? Maybe.
Just
Will he
do it.
snipe
Throw
it?
that macro pyre in there. Just do it. Come on, you got the read. Go for it.
Tower is under attack.
Ah.
Has fallen to the down.
Yeah, I don't think sniping Roach with macro is very high probability. But never know, I guess.
I mean, just some good damage. Because they got the BKB, but now they're fighting into Satanic. So what are you going to do about that? I mean, Satanic and Aegis. Oh! Radon, did you want that creep that badly, huh?
Roach done for the sniper. Very nice item against this PA for the evasion pierce. I don't know. It seems like Parivision have all the tools to take some good team fights right now. They really want to force the issue. And Spirit just hoping his PA will carry them through.
Hello, wait. Hello, Fiona, hello.
Definitely possible if you get the right jumps here.
Under attack.
Especially if you can get the supports. If the Tusk Maiden die in some sort of hit situation at the start of the fight, you could kite out these cores a little bit. Lack of stun for the Nightstalker is going to be annoying, but have some mobility to play around with. Underlord is tanky.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Laurel hoping he gets lucky. 20 minutes is already covered, so never mind. The smoke push forward from Parivision off of both Nighttime and this power rune will get them a kill on Maposhka likely, as Frostbite Silence guarantees it. And now Team Spirit are just going to have to scramble out into the map. Parivision, are they going to hunt or are they going to take towers? Looks like they've made the call to take towers.
Spirit have been very afraid of pushing these lanes in deep this game. Afraid of Nightstalker TP into getting routed down a lane in a bad team fight. All three tier 1s still standing for Parivision. Rodano finally claim one top. The 20-minute mark. Just super slow to get this map control and collapse. You do not want to leave that base right now.
Oh, no, you don't.
Problem is, 21-minute coming up here.
Radiant's middle tower.
You got to contest these shrines.
Yeah, they're going to go back for their own.
Are scanning.
Looking at both, actually, with
Rue
Rue.
might be able to get it with the right dead shot here. Yeah, he's got it. It's not even required dead shot. And on the other side, Collapse has managed to stop the steal.
Okay, they get
How
both.
did they get both shrines?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I'm trying to think of why Ducalis was so afraid to go up this hill. Like, maybe thinking there's heroes there and there's going to be a gate. But then you're going up the other one anyway, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to gamble on going for both, someone's probably going to die. You may as well just go for both immediately. Let someone die, get one. In this case, they died and they got 0.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice map play from Spirit to win these little objectives from a tough position. As Parivision left wondering, we have all this strength and how do we use it? Are we supposed to just go down mid and hit a tower? The ratting has begun.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it kind of has. Ember Spirit's gonna get to another item soon. Thinking about BKB, so I guess he doesn't have to worry about the Nightstalker silence.
I don't know, this period from Parivision feels very, very awkward. They're just running around with a bunch of cores together, farming waves together. They're not hitting a tower. They're not setting up a smoke ink while showing somewhere else. They didn't just run down mid and start hitting the tier 3 to bring heroes back.
Radiant's bottom tower
They
is
hasted
under
no one
attack.
bottom, but it's too slow to catch Collapse, who was there previously.
Dire's
Very
top
delayed
tower
interval for them. I would just poke the high ground here.
Radiant's bottom
I don't think you're too
tower
afraid of
is
this high ground defense in terms of someone dying. I think you're guaranteed to bring somebody back.
Well, if I know Satanic at all from watching him this last 2 weeks, I would say he's going to make the call to hit high ground. He has not been shy about that in the past.
Yeah, so now you got heroes back. You know, this kind of play, you could You could TP 2 or 3 heroes top, smoke, look for something else. You could get other lanes in. You'll at least gain some map control, and in theory, a gold lead off this kind of move.
Yeah, in theory. But Laurel and Radon didn't blink in that regard. They stayed out on the map.
I mean, Laurel should be the last to come back almost in any situation.
Sure.
Ultimate creep cutter, best map hero that Spirit have. Radon is Radon. He does not care about base. He only cares about to kill.
It's kill creep or kill heroes, and he can't kill heroes right now, so better to kill creeps. And the net worth lead has stagnated to 4K. Now, Parivision still win. No doubt about that, but they also aren't growing that lead at all.
Yeah, that Aegis period was not as successful as it could have been. Having trouble finding their mark on the map right now, and they didn't really go BKB on anybody here. 0 BKBs across the cores means...
Oh, how did Rue not get spotted?
Ooh, little tumbler.
Tumbler toys down. Okay, they're running after him. They've got him now, but he creates a little bit of space, a little bit of time. Surprise.
Dominating streak for the Nightstalker as he pushes towards AC, just scaling items across all these cores. But the downside of not having the BKBs is it maybe makes Roshan and high ground a little more difficult. Still a lot of spell control and damage on the Spirit lineup.
Yeah.
And these Atos as well. They have double Atos. A lot stronger when enemy does not have BKB. And Laurel's the first to get it here in this game. Outside of that PA that has not been popped yet. Yeah, he still has a 9-second one on Radon.
Yeah, and they're going to make a move off of the push bottom from Collapse. They have a pretty good read of this situation. It could have been Bull supports following up the sniper, but 9 class. He decided to stick up in the top lane. Sniper does manage to avoid this gank, though.
Another very defensive positioning from Parivision. Do dodge the smoke.
Yeah, they're playing for Tormentor.
Yep. Do not want to give out the pick off. Should be tier 1 mid at least for Spirit. Got to get something out of this.
I feel like that is pretty impactful for Spirit. Like, now that you have the BKB on Laurel, he can aggressively push in mid at times and push it in much deeper now that tower's gone.
Yeah, I agree. This is not that bad of an objective for Spirit to get. This, it's just so late. You got to take it off the map.
I think Spirit is playing to catch them after they do the Tormentor here.
They're playing to catch them before.
Maybe.
Spawn is not active.
But Parivision have decided this is a good time to smoke, and they're going to smoke down lane. Radon leading the charge. All of a sudden, he goes up there, and he's like, wait.
I think Parivision are expecting
here.
Spirit to come from the base.
Yeah.
But they have not really read this huge map circle from Spirit. Spirit might get better position here.
Oh, Maposhka, he's going to break, and all hell breaks loose. Immediately, a forced tap. Maposhka trying to get away from the Nightstalker, who gets chained up. A turnaround ice path. That's going to be a problem for DM. Underneath the macro pyre, the dead shot, he's already dead. Good freezing field from the low ground. Meanwhile, Satanic being controlled up by Collapse. And even more so as he gets double pitted, chained up. BKB's committed. No Sunder. Not possible against the double BKBs. They finally get popped. They'll go back for the Crystal Maiden, get that kill as well. 3 kills to Spirit, and the game is back to even, if not in the favor of the TI champs.
Oh, perfect fight from Spirit. You get that slight chains on the Nightstalker. That's your best disable to land on this guy, and we really saw the BKB difference in this fight. Imagine you have BKB and Nightstalker there. You just pop it, you walk that off, that fight's kind of reset. Instead, the Terrorblade and the Tusk are stuck in a pit that Collapse gated in on them. You're splitting focus of the targets. The Nightstalker gets burst in that chain's ice path duration, and double BKB lets you man up on the Terrorblade. No Sunder available. Just no targets around. Parivision almost, I feel like they outmaneuvered themselves on this play.
Yeah, a little bit.
They just did not expect Spirit to have this angle, and it stretches the fight into a really weird spot. Look at how split these cores are right now. Like, you're laying into Collapse, but this is not the target you want to be hitting with on Satanic here. There's no Sunder available for you. Pivotal fight for Spirit.
It did cost Maposhka. He died and bought back. And Yatoro died.
Yes, Yatoro died while we were watching that. He got killed by the Tusk and the Sniper, just catching him in the jungle.
That is a massive pickup. Okay, well done.
Super big. The
power of the Revenant's brooch.
Yeah, he does a ridiculous amount of damage, especially when the Tusk is on top of you.
813 damage in that second. Wow.
4 hits is all it takes.
That's perfect timing for a pickoff because they were losing a bit of momentum. Now they've gained it back. The enemy carry is dead and Roshan's up.
He procced him. Had amp damage as well. So that'll help you out. He also got the Shiv.
Oh, yeah.
So between Shiv and Broach, he actually has a lot more True Strike than it would seem.
Yeah, yeah.
Really nice end itemization here for no one in this mid game versus the PA. I don't even think he feels pressure to go MKB or anything here.
Yeah, he's going to go Silver Edge.
It's going to be pure value here too. Yeah, Spirit almost dragging the momentum back to their side, but I think that PA pick into the Roshan swings it once more to Parivision. Did get the shard on the Morta, but that's not the best shard here.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's not really helping you turn this game. Still very even. And that experience differential is all those wisdom shrines. That's the one thing Spirit have going for them. They have a lot more levels right now.
DM did get the 28-minute one, so Parivision correcting those mistakes of the past. And a 5-man smoke up. They're going to run straight into Satanic here. Awkward position. Go for Takalis. They spot him first, and Satanic managed to force staff down to low ground. Long-range dead shot, barely off the mark, and a good shard. That's going to block him out, but the pit into the Gleipnir, into the Ice Path, into the pit. Radon fully committed. A force staff and a good Sunder. He uses it on no one, and now Radon's BKB is wearing thin. He's got to get out of here. He quickly kills Night Class and keeps on running. Collapse turns around, hits a pit on 2. And tries to join his team getting out of here, but they're going to leave him behind once again.
They get out with everybody else. This is not too bad for Spirit. They got double support buyback. They got the meta and the Sunder out of Satanic, so maybe you can run at this base and hit it with this meta, but you're low on no one. I don't know if a high ground pushes in the cards right now, even with the Underlord down. Might have gotten enough out of them in that fight. They're going to push it here.
It's going to be difficult with the AoE, the supports lay down plus light, but they can do a bit of damage here. I mean, maybe they just feel confident there's no way they can go on Satanic with BKB on cooldown.
Yeah, he has another Thunder backup is available. 40-second cooldown on that. But the meta's wearing out. Glyph stalled this a bit, and Radon's here.
Here comes the poke. Manta dodging the dagger. And tier 3 dead.
I mean, you got to be a little careful how greedy you get here, because this Underlord can respawn with Gate. Your ability to get out of this fight might be limited. Yeah, they're going to play it real safe here. I kind of agree with this situation. I think no meta and half HP sniper. Too risky to force that high ground like that, even though you have this Aegis.
Yeah, if he dies once, it very likely leads into some sort of ice path or pit, and then he probably just dies again.
This is a big pit. Gleipnir done for collapse. Got that extra girth. I mean, you know my man's been hitting the gym.
He has.
That's why he likes the Gleipnir. Size means everything here, boys. We need to get big.
Well, Radon, he is staying swole, still ahead of Satanic, net worth-wise. And he's going to go Satanic next. The item, not the player.
What's Satanic going to go? It's going to go Radon next.
He's Satanic.
Maybe we should start naming Dota items after players. Just to really fuck with ourselves, you know?
Sounds, yeah, like a caster's nightmare, sure. There's the AC. We finally got that third item from DM. You mentioned how his item build got stalled completely. Lack of BKB cost him a bit, but he is scaling up. AC is going to add a significant presence to the fights if he doesn't die right away.
It's a really nice item versus the Phantom Assassin. Slows down the burst damage coming out of...
We're going to break the smoke move. Tried to get off the pit. Got punched instead. Larl just runs in there, pops his BKB, and tries to catch Night Class, but a snowball's going to dodge some of that collapse. He still dies. A zip away. Maposhka on the high ground here. He's got a Gale Guard. He might be okay. Radon commits and gets the kill onto Night Class. An Ice Path hits onto no one, but he already hit his mark. Rue is dead. Manta goes out. Radon making a break for it. DM is not going to keep chasing. Parivision, they may have lost 9 class, but they have clearance to hit high ground once again.
Problem is it's mid lane, not bottom. We see DM flying bottom. They want more here. They want Raxus with this Underlord death. He's the best base defender. Still have BKB on Radon. It seems tough to commit here. Double Hurricane Pike.
They see an opening. Radon still has his BKB to jump Satanic.
I mean, again, you have to be careful how much you commit here in terms of this Underlord respawn. They will once more play it very safe.
Yeah, Parivision's very disciplined in that regard.
Yep.
Love to see it.
I mean, a fight where Collapse gets his spells off is very different than a fight where you get to start on him like that. And you're not guaranteed to prevent him getting spells off when he's in his base, so...
Yeah. And he wanted to go Crimson Guard, but that last death proved that they can all in him, and he's just going to pick up the cheaper Ghost Scepter item for himself.
I mean, is Ghost Scepter the play here over Force Staff if you just want a cheap utility item? Because Ghost Scepter doesn't get you out of the Nightstalker silence, which has been a big problem.
Yes, but Ghost Scepter lets him be close to heroes like the Nightstalker and Terrorblade, keeping the Atrophy aura on them while not dying.
That is true. I guess there's trade-offs on everything here.
MKB was going to go Satanic, but...
Yeah, triple Gale Guard will do something here to help tank up. I mean, that's all Spirit want to do in this game. They just want to tank up on their 4 heroes and buy space and time for Radon. If the Ember and the Underlord can eat a bunch of Parivision's initiation, a bunch of time from the Nightstalker, from the Sniper, more time for Radon to go to work, more likelihood they get an opportunity to find the jump they want. Parivision gets stuck in some pits and some ice paths, then you find the Sniper. That's kind of a recipe for success.
Divine.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the fact that he goes to MKB because we talked about the damage problem that PA has experienced a few times in this new patch. And I feel like if you don't have enough damage, you're going to get kited terribly by Parivision. I mean, you have to win within that BKB duration.
Is MKB the highest DPS item here? It's one of them for sure, but... I actually think people are a little too afraid to just go Divine. That's what I'm getting at here.
Okay, sure.
Like, yeah, I feel like if you lose a fight in this game, you're probably losing the game in a lot of situations. There's no evasion to really hard deal with here. Like, you have halberds and random stuff, but this Terrorblade has 0% evasion. Sniper has 0% evasion. So you're just getting the damage out of MKB. I don't know, I think there's a world where these Divines on the PA can put you over the edge. And your win probability might be higher, even if it's more stressful.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah,
it's definitely more stressful. Ultimately, the teamfight for Spirit looks a lot worse when these BKBs come out for Parivision. They've held them off for a long time, but they are now getting all of them. They're closing in on BKB Tusk, BKB Sniper, BKB Nightstalker, BKB Terrorblade. They could potentially have 4 for the next fight out of nowhere. And then what are you doing in that situation?
Yeah, Radon's just going to be praying to the RNG gods that Basher does what it needs to do.
Yeah, but what are your other 4 heroes doing? They're just all spell damage and control.
Well, I mean, you did say their job is just to tank as many shots from Parivision as possible and give Radon an opening.
I mean, there's a difference between tank and getting massacred, you know?
Yeah.
Taking a beating.
Roshan spawn time is coming up soon. So both teams are going to be kind of fiending for that. Maposhka picks up a gem to try and clear any vision that is perhaps lingering on their side of the map.
Man, if Spirit can get a fight right now, it is the best time because none of these BKBs are done. And they finish Shivas on Laurel. So your relative power point in terms of the 5-on-5 is...
Well, it's too late for the BKB on Terrorblade. That gets grabbed.
I mean, every minute that goes by, one of these is going to get done here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like your team fight win probability goes down maybe 5 or 10% for each one.
Radiant are
I almost feel
scanning.
like it's the Nightstalker's BKB that will end up being the most impactful.
That's a tough one to deal with. Just because he has so much armor to back it up.
Yeah, if he doesn't get touched by any of these disables, they can't focus him down with some magic damage, then he's just going to get into the middle of this fight. Tear people up.
It's also daytime, where if you take a fight, he's forced to use Dark Ascension. Maybe you can kite it out. Maybe the fight doesn't go well enough for them to commit to Roche afterwards. You just wait for this next nighttime. All these BKBs.
Dire are scanning.
Feels like Spirit are missing a little bit of a window here. Not that it's easy to find, but there's a lot coming in the tank right now for Parivision, as second BKB is done on the Tusk. And Snipers is 10 gold off here. They will have 3 of the 4.
Yeah, this now gives you a safe mechanism. Right, the Tusk has a problem with the pit. He either blinks into the pit and can't snowball, or he grabs somebody in the snowball, but then he comes out of it and they're both inside the pit. Now he's got BKB, so he can use this save a lot more effectively.
Yeah, and we immediately see the smoke from Parivision. BKB is all delivered. They're not going to wait for DMs. I feel like this is good enough, and they're immediately making a play, whereas that Shiva's MKB timing for Spirit, they either didn't have smokes or they weren't sure where to go with them. They're just continuing to hold this high ground.
They are going to be spotted by a TB illusion. Satanic reveals their position, and here comes the move. Team Spirit backpedaling, but they're not going to get away easy. They're going to have to stand and fight somewhere. Where is it going to be? They made the call this corner here. Tusk immediately tries to jump in. Pit goes out, a beautiful shards blocking in and almost killing Laurel. Laurel still dies and collapse. Well, he's not going to last long either. Freezing Field going out, and the jump in from a dot. He actually went after the sniper, chased through over the cliff, but a Silver Edge does manage to get him away. A knock up in the air. He does manage to finish off 9 Class, sure, but Radon, his BKB is now out. Laurel's coming back in with a buyback, trying to help out. The Orchid Silence is doing some work, though. He's going to die a second time. Rampage for Satanic as he just cleans house.
The Terrorblade God will end this game as Spirit are done. That Ember buyback, he was 80 gold off of it. That's why I was so delayed in that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just so many little things that did not go Spirit way because they missed that 2 or 3 minute window to make the comeback. If they
Well, I think that's why Laurel is picking the Wind Ranger and going the Tangled Facet, because he's better. And he's going to hit those goddamn shackles, and he's going to get that bonus damage, and he's going to do some work with it.
Okay, but I think we both agree in the current state, both these facets are worse for Core Wind Ranger than the previous ones.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. Like, I mean, maybe there's some hero synergy that could make this better. Some Darkseer Wind Ranger duo.
You're really reaching on that one, dude. I don't know. The situation I think is really good is versus Brood. If you can shackle Brood to like 20 Spiderlings.
Oh, yeah.
Well, mama, now we're cooking something. Just get a free Divine Rapier for 6 seconds.
We'll keep a close eye on how much bonus damage Laurel's getting out of this facet. And
it usually ends up being like 30 to 50 in any given fight, and it's nothing, but the problem is a lot of Core Wind Rangers also don't skill shackle that heavily or at all. In some cases, a lot of the safe lane Wind Rangers we saw were just 0-4-4 sometimes, right?
Yeah,
or like the 1-4-4 value point build. So I don't know. It's just kind of awkward for the hero. Because this does scale with your shackle. You also need the longer shackle duration to kind of take advantage of it in a way. So, I don't know. I'm super mixed on this facet, but maybe in Pro Dota, if you can land it on 3 or 4 heroes, it could be like Omega cool, you know?
yeah, I mean, I would say that's the fact that you said Pro Dota is already making me think, well, that probably shouldn't happen in Pro Dota, so doesn't it make it even worse in a competitive game if it's something based off of the enemy messing something up positioning-wise?
My other issue with Wind Ranger this patch is I think she got hit the most by the Gleipnir change because you really want to go Maelstrom on this hero. You want Maelstrom to be good enough that you go it and you feel good about it. You know?
Okay.
Because the early Javelin's super good with the ulti. You know, now that the Whirlwind's gone, whatever, you're back to Focus Fire. You need to take advantage of Focus Fire. You want to be able to go Maelstrom, but there's no Gleipnir to build it into, and Mjolnir Wind Ranger is you know, it's a mixed bag. As GM will get first blood here, just running Radon down.
Easy dive. Night Class is able to deal with the damage from Maposhka, no problem. Maposhka, okay. I spoke a little too soon. Night Class, was he just okay with dying? He was just like,
Yeah,
I
I
want to
guess
come
that'd
back
be
full HP.
No XP for Radon, you know.
Yeah, he dies before Radon comes back to lane. Yeah, that's true.
Tell you, people are too afraid of dying. It's not that bad, man.
But I want a positive KDA. The game
What
isn't
are you,
my
a
fault
stat
if I
pattern?
have a positive KDA.
You know who never had a positive KDA?
You?
No Tail, and he won 2 TIs.
That's true.
That man didn't play for stats. Played for
he
rings.
definitely did not. He tanked a lot of ganks. Let's put it that way. He played some good bodyguard for Anna.
Of course, Laurel running the Arcana here. Probably spent $800 on the previous chest to re-roll for it. He didn't get it the first time.
That's why he's doing it. Man, Radon almost dies again. I did not expect this much pressure out at this lane. Like, it is a lot of magic damage. The Void sets up the Split Earth. Like, I can kind of see it. I just...
Collapse has a hammer.
He really doesn't want to use it defensively.
Yeah, I think Radon may be underestimating the chase down potential, even in these little instances in the lane with the Void into the Lightning. And if you can land the Split Earth as well, that's a lot of extra time for a Nightstalker to just lay into you with a huge amount of base damage, 81 on this hero.
With the Lotus, they can commit on this kill. They didn't even need the Starbreaker. My goodness.
Didn't even use the Lotus either.
Yeah.
That was super big win. I feel like getting Lotus on Dawn is
It's the best.
GG, man. You feel like you won the game.
Yeah, it is. I think it's the absolute best offlaner to get it with. Because the hero has crazy turnaround potential once you start getting levels in Luminosity. The mana is super efficient. She's dependent on getting kills. Hammer back into Satanic. Doesn't pull it back, though. Didn't want to go too deep.
I think Bristleback's up there, too, but
Sure.
the newer Bristleback versions in the offlane are kind of snot rockety, and that gets a little bolder. But yeah, this hero's the Lotus hero.
Will the silence last long enough? Probably not. Maposhka will be fine, but good damage being done.
Level 1 meta is going to be down for a long time. Radon had to invest in raindrops up here just to try and survive. Tough lane for Spirit so far. Offlane is doing a little better than last game, especially for double melee. Fairy Fire, not going to get popped. Just goes down.
Yeah. Is that another one of those don't be afraid to die?
Yeah,
he pops Fairy
it's not
Fire,
that
he
bad
lives, like who cares? But at least now he can come back to lane full up and help Collapse get another kill.
Just gotta get through this nighttime interval top. You'll be a lot happier. Mid is very even. Gotta look for that 6-minute power rune. You're both teams here. And this offlane for Spirit, double melee, I mean, this to me is the definition of an investment lane. Like, you're investing in this Dawnbreaker, Spirit Breaker. It's a lot of breaking.
It is.
You're investing in them saying, yeah, maybe the lane's not gonna be a super easy time, but the mid game and the team fights, you're gonna pay it back with a lot of stuns, a lot of good control, heal, utility. Could see a Dawnbreaker Ags in this game. Could be nice to counteract the coil all in.
I mean, it's just smart drafting, right? Because the breaks are really good against PA. No?
I'm not gonna.
No, you didn't take that one?
I'm not indulging that one.
Collapse gonna get run down. The Spirit Breaker's coming back in, though. Got the charge. Hit it just in time to bail out. Oh, Collapse. He set up a tree and tried to hide from the dagger. Satanic. Oh, he used the Starbreaker to try and catch Satanic as he went in, but Satanic, he goes in, dodges the final hit, doesn't get stunned, comes back for the kill onto Rue. That was a sick bit of back and forth play.
That, I think, works for a lot of carries, honestly.
Yeah, I think so, too.
You might get him there with some extra tower damage, and it's going to stun the Weaver from the tree line with that ward. I think they're going to give him a
Yeah, he's gonna die. It's still level 1 Shikuchi. You're screwed.
And they're going to get triple bug kill as well. It's another 100 gold.
Yeah.
Just a disaster in the last minute in this lane, and it's Satanic putting on the moves. 3-0-1 start for the Phantom Assassin. Tough laner to play against. Spirit committing resources down here and getting nothing extra.
Rue doesn't commit. But now he went too far forward.
Oh, if you die again here.
Oh, no. Okay, they have to get a fight back. Maposhka has TP'd down here. Hammer goes on through. Actually, a split between all these heroes, and Maposhka is dead instead.
Level 1 Sakuchi, you just can't be this aggressive.
Oh, and now the puck's going to come in, get the coil onto the Dawnbreaker, so he's going to die as well. That's going to be a death with his TP scroll on cooldown.
Just crumbling down here. One by one, Spirit not coordinated, not getting anything going. They're dying to a PA with no mana. Satanic killed him so many times, he ran out of mana. He doesn't even have dagger up.
And they're going to get the Wisdom Shrine.
Oh, boy.
Man.
This is spiraling quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Trade-off his farm for Wind Ranger and Terrorblade in solo lanes? But this was during the daytime for the Nightstalker, so again, you weren't pressuring there anyway. I think Parivision had a really good conceptual understanding of this Nightstalker, when to play with him and when to leave him. And they've been very decisive about it. And I think this is, again, the correct lane to be in with the supports at this point in the game. You have very high kill threat, you're counteracting where Spirit want to apply pressure, and you're not trying to play through a dead hero.
They'll get 2 for this. They just run it back. They charge through, Shikuchi through, they just run at these heroes, and with the help of Laurel, they guarantee it.
Plus the golem, 100 for collapse. Okay, big move from Laurel. Trying to salvage this game right now.
It was a good read of the situation, right? Because no one TP'd bottom, and then he ran back to mid. So it's like, okay, if I go bottom, no one can counterbalance that situation. We will have the advantage.
Looking for the 8-minute power run as well. Try and snowball this.
Got him to use his phase shift. No one tries to fight for it, but it's on the other side. Can Rue get there in time? I don't think he can.
No.
It's going to be an orb out to pick up a regen rune. Big pickup. But Satanic gets kill on collapse again. This man isn't even level 6 yet.
5-0 start for this Phantom Assassin. Just going to go to the shop, buy Cornucopia. Easy regen, easy life. Easy money.
Well, this is going to be maybe another game where Spirits play a little passive because they can't really fight because they lost the lanes too bad this time around.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's okay to die, Austin. You know?
Yeah, don't be afraid of death.
Shouldn't be too afraid here.
8 of them. Night Class trying to catch him. Diabolic Edict kind of led the way of which direction Maposhka went. Maposhka, he 2 seconds.
Oh, what, stun?
A beautiful stun into the silence and the coil to ensure it. He goes back to Roshan. Roshan, kill me, please! But Roshan doesn't stomp all over you. Unfortunate.
Rosh does not care about little bugs.
No.
Except that one that he just killed. Honestly, though, in a weird way, this last minute and a half was not that bad for Spirit.
Yeah, how did the net worth end up going up so much for Parivision?
I mean, no pressure from the Nightstalker means Radon gets to push this lane with illusions and keep farming the jungle. He gets a lot of recovery time, a lot of solo XP. The Wind Ranger had the successful gank bottom, solo XP on mid, giving some to the Breaker now. Collapse just went jungle, which is better for him because now he's not feeding Satanic.
That is true. Yeah, he is going to lose his tower, so in a way, Satanic is still being fed. Nighttime up, charge through. Hitting 9 class, but with the Nightstalker here, it's not looking like the best situation. Laurel's going to be slowed down by the Void and overrun. Ignore the support in favor of the much higher value core, and we'll take the mid tower as well. So yeah, maybe the net worth was going back, swinging back a little bit to Spirit, but back-to-back towers.
Back-to-back power runes for the puck, and bringing that NS mid with the ult. Super good value because it's going to go straight into nighttime here. So now he's level 8. You'll have a Vanguard swing back top. You have nighttime. You can go to NS and pressure again. These 2 Spirit supports still don't have ults available. Super far behind with the Wisdom Shrine steals plus the Grimoire going on for the Warlocks. So looking at a 5-level differential right now.
Try this again. 9 class sees is coming. Pops the Diabolic Edict, just trying to put out as much damage before his inevitable death.
DM here again.
Yeah, they've got Golem. The coil's going to be used, and the Golem can maybe follow it up. It gets dropped on 2 with the Fatal Bonds on 3. They easily pick up the first 2, but Laurel is able to slip away with the win run.
Got 6 extra damage off that shackle, though, Austin.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Keeping track for you. Level 1 Shackle with the Facet. Hit 1 target, got 6 damage.
Radiant's top tower.
Another tower.
Wow,
Tier 2 at
actually
1130.
100-0 at the mid tower with Golem and a Siege Wagon.
That might be one of the fastest Tier 2s. I mean, that has to be the fastest Tier 2 of the patch. One of the fastest I've seen in a long time.
Radiant's
Just a perfect place to fight and perfect spell usage. Triple coil snap and a golem. I mean, do you think Satanic's enjoying ripping into his old team here?
I mean, I think he will enjoy having a Terrorblade win over a PA Radon and then flipping the script and winning the other way of him.
You shouldn't have loaned me out. Should have locked me in contract jail.
Well, I mean, they still got him. You can still pull him back in next year.
That's what they're going to do
after
after this series. Satanic has been recalled to Team Spirit and is now benched.
Parivision will loan out Radon to you. Satanic is going to be gone on.
That's
Big
brutal,
global
dude.
move.
That's brutal.
The charge into the Dawnbreaker ultimate. That was one of the combinations you were talking about. And they might get to calls as well, though. With DM here using the Dark Ascension, it's too tough to fight, too tough to chase. The coil's going to be used on the 2, stunning up Collapse. Collapse, all he's got is a hammer. And I don't think DM... Oh, the Void was just coming off cooldown. He'll use it to kill Collapse instead.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Can't run from this team during the presence. Or the Dark Ascension, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you get the PA kill? That's super nice. That's a big streak as well. All that gold going to Laurel. He's the big recipient. Not a bad target to get it on here, as he's going to have to carry this early game. And Radon does get the punish top. He got the tier 1. He pushed into enemy jungle. Still just farming. Getting a lot during this period. He has completely recovered from that laning phase. So still not a terrible sequence for Spirit, even though it feels like it's not going that well. They're kind of restabilizing this game in a way.
Yeah, it feels a little bit
Are scanning.
deja vu to game 1 where Parivision's winning, Spirits stabilize, but they don't fully recover. You know,
Yeah,
they don't take over the game.
They're not close to taking this one over, but
No.
they do have again, Radon is the highest net worth.
By
Doing it.
100.
All right, we're going to take Radon back from the loan.
It just keeps swapping it. As many times as you need to.
Another Wisdom Shrine Steal? No.
DM's not getting this one. And if anything, the charge is coming across the map. It's a bit slow, though, to really capitalize on the situation. DM should know this is coming his way. They saw him in mid. Bonk.
Spirit just looking for some fighting items. Will be a Brooch Rush for the Wind Ranger. But, as we were discussing in the break, this Brooch does not pierce evasion.
Yeah.
As I was incorrectly saying. It's not a Javelin buildup. So you get the crit, you get some procs, but it's not very efficient versus the PA here, unfortunately.
Yes, I think that would be the one reason that Wind Ranger might feel good in this patch is if Revenant's Brooch, if it is an overtuned item, then Wind Ranger has to be one of the heroes that takes the most advantage of it.
It's still very good, yeah.
With the bonus damage of Shackle Shot, you combine these things. It sounds pretty nice, but
yeah, it all works together well. It's a great item on the hero. It's just not it's not a Javelin Maelstrom buildup, so you're not feeling as good scaling with this item against the Phantom Assassin.
For sure. And you're also not mixing your damage, which was sometimes very useful. Shackle Shot does land. DM, though, just pops the Dark Ascension and makes a break for it. Now, Team Spirit's still sticking around with TP's coming in. Parivision likely to fight this. Could get the Void on the Spirit Breaker. A TP out from Laurel in the corner, and Baposhka Shikuchi's away. Full on reset.
I mean, Radon taking more map control, pushes him mid.
We'll go through the gate and take the Tormentor.
Yeah, I think Spirit are the team that cares the least about these Tormentors, by the way.
Does kind of seem that way, yeah.
They talked about it in interviews, but the gameplay shows it. He wants to take his... He almost took this tier 2. What a weird game where both mid-tier 2s are going down. You might get it here.
Yeah, he's like, okay, you can have the Tormentor.
Very strange.
You TP'd bottom, you're stuck in the corners of the map no matter what. No matter which corner you're at, you can't get to mid.
I mean, Spirit lost their tier 2 because they got caught in a bad coil fight during that Dark Ascension. This tier 2 goes down because Dark Ascension got popped bottom, so you don't have it as a response, and you're doing Tormentor. This game has really revolved around this Nightstalker ulti a lot in terms of what Parivision are able to take and what they are trying to get trade-offs for. They will get another power rune for the puck and amp damage this time. Very juicy. I wouldn't be surprised if they just push in mid, try and smoke with this. Only downside is, again, you don't have Dark Ascension here. That's why that poke bottom was super valuable for Spirit. You get this ult out of the Nightstalker, you have a lot of time to do kind of whatever you want on the map and be confident doing it. Oh, Essence Ring. Never seen someone take an Essence Ring.
Yeah, the very rare pickup in this patch. All right. With seeing Radon bottom and having that amp damage, they smoke up. And they start making their way bottom.
Yeah, blink amp damage available on the puck. This is a 100% deadly smoke, whoever they find. Just a question, will Radon sniff it out right now?
Yeah, they got the scan exactly on the camp that Radon is on currently.
He's panicking.
Oh, he runs into him. And now he should die. Golem's going to be used, coil. It's just a question of how many resources. Actually, is there an opening now? He's just going to jump away. 9 class. He'll finish the job.
Essence Ring does not bail him out. Cannot get the Sunder off, which means Satanic will overtake him. Look at
they kill with just 2 support. Oh, Dawnbreaker ultimate, of course, with the Nether Strike back into the Dawn ult to make sure it chain stuns.
Nice play.
Got him.
Ideally, you do that every time this Solar Guardian's off cooldown. That's just an easy global kill.
Yep.
Vessel already done on the Weaver means you're getting charges as well. Spirit equalize these 2 carries.
That's what we were talking about in the global presence and what it can do against Parivision. Lets you both deal with their ghost shot, but also gives you ganking potential against Satanic. All landing on 9
nice
class.
dodge.
Does manage to get the kill quickly. But Laurel is still dead. Maposhko probably be cleaned up as well. Chain Silence, Waning Rift into DM's presence.
Nice sidestep on the splitter. You at least get that return kill in no man's land there. Power of the Brooch. He got 0 damage off that Shackle Austin. Facet, completely useless.
Unfortunate.
That's my other problem with this Facet. I think there's a lot of situations it gives you 0 value because you're not, I mean, how many fights are you going to land Shackle? Maybe 4/5 of them, you know, 80% of the fights or whatever,
yeah,
75%. In these open areas in the early game, it's worse. I think in the later games it maybe becomes better, but someone BKB dodges one doesn't land.
1 in 20 of them?
Dead Facet. It's literally a dead Facet. It gives you nothing else. So
I feel like I'm talking to Slacks right now. You're
No,
gonna remember the 1
play.
in 20 amazing shackles that, you know, give you a bunch of bonus damage you go on a rampage with, but then, you know, you're forgetting about the 40 to 60% that either don't land or inconsequential.
So you have to average that out, right? In your assessment of this Facet in a way.
Yeah. Team Spirit off the picks that they were getting and map positioning will take Roshan.
Yeah, daytime, no Dark Ascension.
Yeah.
This is how you have to abuse this hero. We did not see a lot of it in game 1 because Parivision just had so many pressure points to abuse. This game is more even. Spirit can take advantage of this cooldown. They've done a much better job of it. Big ages to collect here. Meta down, though, we see Parivision trying to make a move as it shifts to natural nighttime.
Oh, the charge is going to be right through the smoke. Any stuns? Got him on the void. Okay.
Oh, that's one way to break a smoke, with your face.
Yep. Maposhka's going to cut the wave, though. In mid, they still have the top wave pushing in, so they could still get some damage on tower, but kind of annoying that Maposhka and the Spear Breaker and Rue are able to stay out on the map so much, cut waves. And if they hit top, Rodon's like, all right, well, I'm going to hit bottom. Demon zealing my way through buildings and creeps. I'm surprised they didn't nerf that shard. Did they nerf that shard? Didn't, right?
Which shard?
The Terrorblades one. I feel like so many people are talking about how this was like so busted.
I don't remember that shard getting changed.
Yeah, I don't think it did. Yeah, still get a tier 2 for tier 2.
Oh, Shard's the same. Terror Wave got buffed, which is nice.
Should have nerfed it. Oh man, you just farmed so quickly. But Satanic is keeping up and in fact is slightly ahead of him in net worth. They're looking for the pick top, but it's a hard hero to kill. Wind Ranger, they're going to try anyway. He's got Essence Ring. Cole's going to be used. Void, a lot of magic damage with Dawnbreaker ultimate. Does go out. Shackle doesn't land. He wasn't close enough to the trees.
He can be finished for Laurel, though. So Spirit got to that. Big item to be able to commit in the fight. And they finished the Orchid on the Terrorblade. So they are getting their round of items synced up here. They want to try and force something with this Aegis. 3 minutes left. Yeah, they're going to instantly smoke. So no Solar Guardian, but you have BKB Wind Ranger who can run in and initiate.
Yeah, Solar Guardian maybe isn't that important as long as you are bringing the Dawnbreaker with you.
Got to look for some sort of clutch shackle from Laurel here or charging.
They aren't going to be running smoke into smoke. No one right in the middle of all these heroes. Doesn't have a coil, though. They go for the Nightstalker. He does have Dark Ascension. Golem trying to create a little bit of space for him, but he nether strikes back into play. He just goes up. Use the Dark Ascension up to the high ground and away from the Wind Ranger, who's now dove in a little bit too deep. Has to get away from 9 class, but Big Bad Radon will help protect them. Waning Rift on 2, and now Team Spirit, they're getting a little bit split here. This is awkward. Starbreaker tries to get used, but collapse, he's not able to do the damage. Instead, he dies, and they're just getting kited around by this Nightstalker. Do manage to get the kill on 9 class. Radon turns around, fights DM to the death, and will lose his Aegis. And the rest of his team, no one ends up picking up Laurel in the back, and Rue is sent so far away that Radon, he's isolated here.
Oh, he's in big trouble. No TP even available.
He's making a run for it. Rue gets the charge through DM, still after no one. He's just trying to create space for Radon to get away, but no one. He has to coil again. It's back up into play. Uses it on Radon. They catch up to him with the Void, and they're going to chase him underneath this tier 2 tower. There's no way out unless he can somehow get off of Sunder. Sunder attempted. No, the Waning Rift from no one denies him the opportunity.
That fight was so well played from Parivision. Just kiting it out. Satanic just never committed. He's just on the outskirts, throwing daggers, letting the fight develop, playing with the puck, picking off the, or at least threatening the supports. You get this Wind Ranger after the BKB's done. That initial chase from Spirit is what cost them that fight ultimately because they committed so much for this Nightstalker.
Yeah.
And he just runs up the hill.
I mean, it's also the worst hero to go for. A big difference, right? He's got Heaven's Halberd, so he's got evasion, but it's just pure physical damage that you're putting out for the Wind Ranger versus the Maelstrom build, right? Which at least gives you some magic. This hero has 29 armor right now.
He has Broach versus him, but it just took too long.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, the Broach is not as good versus the evasion with the Halberd. And you're just getting kited out. Satanic just picks his points to not give up an easy Sunder. And the second that Wind Ranger goes down, I feel like this fight is on easy street.
It's going to go MKB next.
Yeah,
obviously, then you'll have an answer to the PA and can just kind of run at him every fight. But
I mean, so much of these fights for Spirit are if the stuns can land. Can you land a shackle? Can you land a charge? Those are your only two.
And no one's making it real difficult.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's whole smoke started with them running into puck. Can't stun him. Then you run into Nightstalker on the river. He just starts to run away. You don't land stuns on him. You get a nether strike, but there was no shackle that landed. You just don't have the control right now.
Yeah.
You need more versus these tanky heroes so you can all in them.
They've got Harpoon now for a collapse. That'll give them a little bit more, but
daytime procs, they'll see them all.
Is it Parivision Tormentor time? No, they actually, instead of doing the Tormentor, which Spirit might think they're doing, yeah, they even scan out there. They smoke, run the opposite direction. They run to mid. They run to try and catch Spirit.
No reason not to fight. You just picked up BKB for the Phantom Assassin. Satanic can man up
really
now.
Want it. Surprised they win for Rue.
That's an easy kill.
I guess so.
Now you're going to clear the map. Everybody has to immediately TP out of here. So you can just run back, do Tormentor if you want.
Yeah. Mapochka will brave the Outer Wilds here.
Is there a world you try and contest this as Spirit with this Dark Ascension going down? Very close. It's just really hard to get here, but that's one of those feel bad things. Like, they're going to get this Tormentor with Dark Ascension on cooldown.
You do have.
They're trying to get there
too.
They are going to go for the play.
They're going to be too late for it, but heroes are going to be very low. TP out. DM
late.
9 class. They're both out of here.
I think if they instantly had the idea and set up for it, they might have been able to get there and do something. And these are kind of the small windows you have to try and take advantage of versus Nightstalker. Because when he gets away with this stuff, then that downtime, maybe that downtime shrinks from 80 seconds to only around 40 or 60. Because he gets something out of that extra little brief window. So now you're looking at Dark Ascension being up in 60 seconds here. Is that enough to transition into any other play on the map? Probably not. So it's another window that Parivision get away with no trade-off occurring. Very happy about that as Shard goes to DM himself, and not a bad one to pick up here.
Rue takes the greedy ninja gear. Playing for more late game, I guess. Lowering your damage on a Spirit Breaker is.
You know, I was actually about to argue with you, is Ninja Gear a greedy item? And then I realized we're talking about the enchantment. Like, Ninja Gear is not a greedy item.
Rue keeping an eye off on them. Do that River Ward. Parivision just staying clumped during this daytime.
Radiant scanning.
Dark Ascension coming back up, so it's time to start getting a little aggressive with it. Rue's just charging to keep vision over and over again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's cutting this mid wave. I'm surprised Parivision are letting this happen right now. You have Linken's Puck, you have BKB PA, you have Dark Ascension available. No reason to be giving up map control right now.
Wonder if they're afraid that they chase that Spirit Breaker, that like Spirit is stacked up on like their triangle or something like that, right?
Yeah, they're giving Spirit a lot of respect right now, and Spirit, no intention of fighting. They're just farming.
Yeah, they're super spread out around the map.
They want this MKB on the Wind Ranger. Then you can go for some of these all-in plays and have a direct way to win the team fight. And Rodon's just getting another tower for free.
Yeah, he has been very aggressive with these tower pushes. Operating off of just Banta, no BKB.
TPing for him.
Trying to get the pick on the 9 class here. Rue bumps him back in, and they pick it up.
That's a nice find. All these cores TP top. Like, they were going to try and catch Rodon, and then they lose a support. Now they're going to run back across the map.
A golden thread.
Maposhka causing some problems.
Yeah, maybe they're just going to find Maposhka, but like, who really cares? Got the coil on him. I mean, he has actually farmed up a decent amount. 8,200 net worth.
Yeah, it's not enough.
But it gives clearance. Radon sees a bunch of heroes, and he goes, okay, back to pushing out top. Oh, man, he is doing this deep, man.
Yeah, he is really manning up here.
Oh, my God. I mean, now Dakalis they really aren't going to chase him? No Dark Ascension?
I mean, he knew there were some TPs on cooldown, right? PA TP cooldown, Puck TP cooldown. That's why he pushes it, but he does not have BKB. That's...
Yeah, like, if DM just pops Dark Ascension and he just kind of runs at him, doesn't have to man fight him or anything, but just keep him around.
There was a chance you go for that play. You just stalk him and let the other heroes run to you eventually. Maybe there's a charge Solar Guardian that comes through, but then even then you're in a 5-on-3 or something. They'll hold on to the spells, though. And the lane's continuing to get cut by the Spirit Breaker on one side, Solar Guardian Dawnbreaker on the other, Weaver's been annoying on the back line. Parivision really having troubles grouping right now.
Nightclass is setting up on this. He's not going to let him do this again, or he is.
Doesn't have a choice.
He has Dust Yules ready to grab him, but...
All right, straight into the pit. Done messing around, done chasing ghosts in this game.
Bugs are going to reveal this Roche being done. War goes down, a little bit of disarm. They're not fighting for this, but Maposhka might make a move here. No.
That would have been Giga Chat, I'm not going to lie.
All right, got him on the Yules finally. 9 class finds his mark. But yeah, Radon and Laurel, they're just positioned out the exact opposite side of the map as aggressively as they can.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Getting closer to the MKB here on the Wind Ranger. Parivision getting a lot in the meantime. That AC could be done on the Nightstalker by that next fight.
Smoke breaks, reveals 2 heroes. Got a ward out there too, so getting a lot of information. Laurel?
Gonna have to BKB here? Or just runs in and dies?
I mean, I guess it's a warlock, so, you know,
Yeah.
he's gonna get golem, but I guess I'm wondering why he didn't run away from the warlock and try his luck. Well, he got Radon out. That's the important
It's okay to die sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not super high level, so it'll be up pretty fast.
That's
here, I
the
guess.
motto of Team Spirit right now with 26 deaths.
They are certainly dying in this game. Charge coming through on the 9 class. They're looking for that quick little pick off again. Should connect here.
Yeah, especially with him in the trees. Won't see this coming. Got up the Yules, but Maposhka sidesteps the splitter.
You gotta work through these Gale Guards. They're annoying.
This is kind of awkward because Parivision, the response is what? Hit high ground, but then Radon's going to do the same to you. They already used the glyph.
You do not want to trade high ground hits against this TB.
And now they're going to be a bit split here with a charge onto the Phantom Assassin. Rue, he doesn't have Nether Strike or anything.
These illusions going ham right now.
Yeah, they got to get back, man. But they also have to be afraid of like Rue sneaking up and stopping one of their TPs or something. So they have to do it in a disciplined way.
Radon is really causing them problems on the map. They haven't opted to try and smoke and catch him, and he's just sitting up here constantly sending illusions in. They don't have a global hero of their own. They don't have a great amount of lane shove if the Leshrac can't show on the waves. Because again, the Spirit Breaker's threatening heroes showing on these waves, getting them out. The Puckwood Lincolns can do it, but the others are a bit iffy about it, and it's giving Spirit a lot of map control here. Full Nullifier done for Collapse.
Okay, it's creating a lot of time, but does the game change with time? What are the items that give Spirit, like you can't just do this forever, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, you probably can. Why not?
Because eventually you get caught, and the later in the game you get caught, the more punishing it is.
Well, that's the question. In these types of situations, who is going to get caught in these scenarios? I think Spirit have a higher chance of catching Parivision. With the Breaker, the Weaver scouting, Solar Guardian connection, Parivision's catch is dependent on finding Spirit. Which, if the Nightstalker runs into you a gem, yeah, that's easy pickings.
So you think more likely that Team Spirit gets the win condition by splitting this way and getting eventually the pickoffs to let them take over?
I think that's what they're looking for. They have Shadowblade Spirit Breaker. They are gearing up the cores for the Ultra Late here, just buying every scaling item they can. They're going Satanics here.
I guess my thing is that Parivision have still maintained a lead, and we once again have DM going for like the scaling build of SNY AC.
Yeah, but they have a lot more control for the NS this time around.
They're just going to barrel up to the high ground with this AC, saying the Spirit Breaker is enough, and they don't have any pressure, or at least too much pressure on the side lanes right now. Radon's not coming back. They're going to pop the glyph here. BKB has to be used by Laurel defensively. Now, 9 class is trying to deal with the push at top lane, and he might die for it.
That was not the hero he wanted to run into there.
No, certainly not. He's going to force that forward to try and finish him off. Yule Scepter last second. He's going to come back down into his Blink.
They almost got Satanic on the other side. Trying to not let these heroes TP out.
Oh, the hammer misses. I mean, where's he going to go from here? He's going to go back onto the Dawnbreaker, try and finish him up, but Collapse finishes him with the Starbreaker hit. Now Rue's trying to create the space, fighting against DM. Not going to be able to do enough damage. He heals off of eating the creep, but Radon is still finishing buildings. He has hit one lane of barracks. Now he's hitting a second. Are you guys going to come back, or are you going to go for the throne? Here comes Smash TP. The golem's going to be used, and Radon. Oh, what a Hurricane Pike! Almost got the kill on Satanic. The reflection will not do enough damage. Radon also unlikely. I mean, can he just run from here? No one's going to try and keep up.
He's so fast.
He's so damn fast. 4-staff Demon's Heal. He's just running for it. 9 class trying to catch up, and now Maposhka's going to try and stop 9 class from chasing after him. A little bit of an interference is all it takes. Radon is going. He's 4-staff TPing out. He is away.
How How, dude? How does he get out of that? It takes such an insane sequence for him to get out of this with no BKB. The fact he gets Sunder on the PA as well means the PA had to run away and couldn't chase him. So you don't have that infinite chase potential. He took so much of Parivision's base there. Full lane of racks, 2 tier 3s, almost another melee barracks.
It's still Parivision growing their net worth lead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Satanic got a lot off that. The Aegis was super influential because you can only use this focus fire once to bring this guy down, not twice. But now you don't have that anymore. Is daytime, no Dark Ascension for 30. Spirit getting aggressive. This is a big move by them. If they can land this while this Ascension's on cooldown, a real shot to win a fight.
The Roshan is in a more of a nighttime cycle here, so I feel like if Parivision, they managed to dodge this fight. They get back into the nighttime cycle. Roshan spawns. They can go for that objective.
They're dodging it hardcore. They understand how to play around this hero. They're okay losing some gold to make sure a bad fight does not happen.
So in all likelihood, we will see Spirit get some grounds gained in net worth. They've got Rue, who doesn't need to be with the team. They've got Collapse, who doesn't need to be with the team. So they can farm pretty efficiently in this window of time, but it still feels like a bad situation for Spirit. Oh, they're actually going to try and push out here on Parivision. Wonder why right now.
Dark Ascension just came up. They're looking for somebody trying to cut or kill this mid wave.
Smoke gets broken time and time again by Maposhka.
Oh, this is super good if he gets out. That's going to be Ascension on cooldown.
Ascension on cooldown just means that Spirit are going to be able to be even more aggressive.
Yeah, this is very good for Spirit. That is a very important break from Maposhka with this Roche coming up in a potential minute.
Yeah, for me, that Dark Ascension being off cooldown was not enough to make that play just because the vulnerability now, if Roshan spawns early, for example, if it's a really fast Roche, it might still be daytime.
Ducalis just walked up, warded this hill as they smoked, didn't die.
God, and no one's going to break the smoke as well. So, Ducalis, big play there.
That was a big balls Warlock play right there. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but that was something else. Just walking in to ward that hill completely alone. Foils this play.
Spirit moved back to their high ground ward. They know Satanic's down here. Can't get to him in time.
I mean, your play options down here are really limited. It's go high ground or wait and pray for Roshan.
Yeah, and you can see Collapse
is going high ground.
Collapse is setting on wait and pray because Roshan can't even spawn yet. 2, 1, potential spawn time starts now.
Не хочу тебя типнуть без негатива.
Yeah, it's not an early spawn.
It's going into the nighttime cycle.
Oh, it's good for Parivision, though they, in theory, don't know this is the thing.
That's true. They might feel compelled to...
So we're going to see how patient they are.
Okay,
Big
from their
balls
position.
Warlock. This guy's just bleeding. Like, what is...
runs up, no cares.
Dire are scanning.
What did Spirit finish? They finished Bloodthorn on the Terrorblade. He completely buys out. Very little buybacks available for Spirit right now compared to Parivision. All 5 are available for Parivision. And there are 0.
Which is funny because...
Almost 0 available for
Spirit can use the buybacks better with their heroes, right? I mean, Dawnbreaker or Spiritbreaker at least can.
Oh, yeah, the Spiritbreaker's the one without it right now. He had to use it in the previous fight.
Spotted Maposhka. A good pick. Coil into that.
He was their gem.
And a gem into dewarding this high ground as well, potentially. I mean, this is full control of the Roshan pit for sure. You have to go back and deal with the wave, pushing in top. Super creeps plus TB illusion. Little annoying. DM is going to have a nullifier soon. He's got his level 20 talent. He is really strong. It's not just the PA. Laurel chasing after Ducalis. Ducalis can't defend himself with the Golem TP out while the BKB is still up, and it barely lasts long enough.
Big play from
Charge
him.
in the bottom lane. They're going to Nether Strike all in onto the PA with the chain stuns. They might just have it. No Satanic.
Not
He
enough.
pops his Satanic. His namesake will save his life and keep him alive. Killing Collapse in the process. And now Spirit. They'll pay for trying to kill the big man.
Can they
Hiding
get
in the
out?
trees. Spotted him for a second there. No? Okay. Whew.
I mean, they're trying to do that with Bloodthorn, but gets BKB off. Changes a lot there, and just don't have enough damage. Nullifier?
Yeah, Laurel.
No
He
BKB
is getting
available.
chunked down. Force staff and Asunder from Radon. Close call, but it's still Parivision on track to go straight to your base. And what are you going to do about that?
Roche is up.
Roche is
Take it
up.
into
Meta
account.
is down. Do you take advantage of meta being down?
I mean, BKB on the Phantom Assassin's also down.
That's true.
No Golem. Dark Ascension running out.
Yeah, but they make the call to do it anyway.
There's buyback available on the Dawnbreaker if Spirit want to commit. But without meta, yeah, maybe.
Shackle
Way too
attempted,
hard.
Shackle missed. Coil on 2. Nullifier onto Laurel once again.
Oh,
This
boy.
time around, he dies quick with the coil being broken on Radon. They're both
No buy.
dead, and only one of them has buyback.
That could be it if Parivision push this. They would love to end this series right here, right now. Do not want to give breathing room to Team Spirit.
Here comes the charge out after the PA, trying to get that chain stun.
Oh, it's
This
a
time the
shackle.
shackle shot lands, and the focus fire is going off. Satanic, he's once again, he doesn't have Satanic up. One cooldown, 1 second, gets it off now. Can he get the heals? He can, and Laurel just cannot seem to survive. Once again, it's not
It's
just
over.
the PA. It is all sorts of damage from all sorts of heroes. Parivision, as a whole, will outscale Team Spirit and take the series 2-0.
This team is just so patient and disciplined. I think sometimes it bites them in the ass, but other times like this, where they just play around something like a Nightstalker ulti in 2 games,